Have you ever been hit by a realization so quietly, so suddenly, it feels like life just tapped you on the shoulder and whispered, "Things are different now"? That's often what life after 80 feels like. Not all of it is doom and gloom, but it is a shift. A slow, often unspoken evolution of what it means to move through the world, to live inside your body, to be seen, or sometimes not seen by others. In today's video, we're diving into 5 unexpected truths that many people face after crossing into their 80s. These aren't just about aching knees or a few more pills in the medicine cabinet. These truths go deeper. They're about relationships, identity, memory, and the subtle ways the world around us, and within us, starts to change. Some of these shifts you might already recognize. Others may surprise you, but all of them deserve to be acknowledged. Because only when we name what's real can we find strength and peace in it. Let's begin. 1. When the phone stops ringing like it used to. One of the most silent, and at times startling, changes that happens after 80 is how your circle of connection begins to shrink. Not all at once, but bit by bit. You might still get the occasional check-in call, a holiday visit, a smile from the neighbor across the street. But the rhythm is different now. What once felt like a vibrant back and forth of voices, plans, and laughter feels quieter. It's not anyone's fault. Life pulls people in different directions. Friends move away, family members juggle careers and children, and the truth is, time becomes the dividing line. The emptiness isn't always loud. Sometimes, it's just a quiet dinner alone, or the realization that no one's asked how your day was. Not out of neglect, but simply because they forgot. And while you may not crave company constantly, there's a strange ache in realizing how precious even the smallest interaction becomes. You start treasuring old memories, not out of nostalgia, but because they're your anchor in a world that feels more distant. The gift here? Recognizing this doesn't mean defeat. It means you're alive, aware, and capable of holding space for yourself. Even if it's just one meaningful connection, that thread can keep you tethered to something real. 2. The small health issue that becomes the main event. In your younger years, a cold was just an inconvenience. A bump or bruise healed with time. You could skip a meal, sleep badly, or overdo it and bounce back just fine. But after 80, that same cold now lingers. That bruise takes weeks to fade. And skipping one meal might make you feel dizzy for days. This isn't about being fragile, it's about the body changing its rules. Quietly, subtly, but without warning. Your bounce-back time has lengthened. Your energy reserves don't refill as fast. And perhaps the hardest part isn't physical, it's emotional. The frustration of doing everything right and still needing extra time to recover. The irritation when your body says, "Not today," on a day you were ready. But here's the truth. Learning to adapt is its own kind of strength. Being gentle with yourself isn't weakness. It's wisdom. You begin to learn when to push and when to pause, when to reach for water and when to rest. Your resilience isn't gone. It's just asking for more respect. 3. Becoming invisible without meaning to. This is one of the most surprising shifts. It's not that people are rude. It's just that you start to notice how easily you're overlooked. You speak, and someone interrupts, not out of malice, but because they assume you were done. You share a thought, and it floats by unnoticed in a conversation. You walk into a room and feel like no one even turned their head. It's not personal. It's cultural. In a world obsessed with speed, youth, and the next big thing, experience can become a whisper. And it hurts. Not deeply, not always, but enough to make you question if your stories, your insights, your presence still matter. Here's the truth. They do. Profoundly. You've lived through more than most people can imagine. Your voice carries not only volume, but value. And though it might take people longer to really hear you, don't stop speaking. Tell the story. Share the lesson. Be the presence that reminds others what grace, survival, and real wisdom look like. You may not be the center of attention anymore, but you are the foundation of understanding. 4. When the world around you grows smaller. You used to know every face in your neighborhood. Your daily routines took you to the market, the cafe, the community center. But slowly those habits shift. Places close. People move. Errands become more tiring. And bit by bit, the world feels more distant. It's not that you've stopped engaging. It's that the effort now feels heavier. The walk that once energized you now drains you. The simple joy of running into someone familiar doesn't happen as often. And yet, this isn't just about loneliness. It's about grief. Quiet, unspoken grief for the life that once was. Not dramatic loss, but the fading of routines, of relationships, of rhythms. Still, there is hope in this narrowing, because sometimes in the quiet, new things emerge. A deeper conversation with a grandchild, a newfound love of writing, painting, or reflecting. A moment of stillness that reveals truths you missed before. The world may have shrunk, but meaning doesn't need space to grow. 5. The betrayal of unpredictability. One of the hardest things to adjust to in your 80s is how unpredictable your own body becomes. You wake up one morning feeling energized. The next, your legs wobble. You forget a name you've known forever. Or your fingers fumble on a button you've fastened 1,000 times. It's not constant decline, it's inconsistency. And that's what makes it so disorienting. You plan an outing, then suddenly feel drained before you even step outside. You feel sharp one day and foggy the next. And the worst part, there's often no clear reason. This lack of reliability shakes your confidence. It makes you hesitate before getting behind the wheel, before making a plan, before committing to something as simple as a dinner. But here's what no one says. Flexibility becomes your greatest ally. You learn to adjust, to be more patient, to tune in rather than push through. You become your own caregiver, your own cheerleader, and your own advocate. The body may be unpredictable, but your attitude, your awareness, and your ability to respond, that's where your true power lies. Final thoughts, seeing the truth and walking through it. These 5 realities, shrinking circles, stubborn bodies, quieter presence, smaller worlds, and shaky predictability, are hard truths. They sneak up, they demand adjustments, and sometimes they make you feel like you're walking alone. But you're not. These changes don't define your worth. They illuminate your resilience. They prove that even in stillness, there is growth. Even in silence, there is story. Even in aging, there is power. So take a breath. Reflect. Reach out. Whether it's a conversation, a memory, or just giving yourself the grace to rest, you are still shaping the world around you. We'd love to hear from you. What resonated most with you today? Was it the changing rhythms of friendship? The unpredictability of the body? Leave a comment below. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if this message found a place in your heart, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it. Let's keep this conversation going, for ourselves and for every elder soul who deserves to be heard.